Welcome everybody, and a look at the first film in the Tales of the Wild West collection #1 box set from Imprint, and it is 1956's Three Violent People. So this is directed by Rudolph Mattei, who also did the really rather good film noir DOA, as well as When Worlds Collide, which is a fairly solid, disaster film from the 60s, I think, or 50s. So yeah, this is a western, clocks in at 100 minutes long, and it stars the likes of Charlton Heston, who I've seen in 24 other films. Favourites being likes of Touch of Evil, Soylent Green, and True Lies. Also stars Anne Baxter, who was in the really rather sensational All About Eve, as well as Five Graves to Cairo. You've also got Gilbert Roland, who was in The Midnight Story and 10 Tall Men. Tom Tryon, who was also in I Married a Monster from Outer Space and The Scarlet Hour. And finally, Forrest Tucker, who was in a few really rather solid sci-fi films from the 50s. The Abominable Snowman, The Crawling Eye, and The Strange World of Planet X. So a rancher, his shady bride, and his one-armed brother fight amid carpetbaggers in Texas. So actually I had to look up what carpetbaggers meant, and basically it's people in prominent roles, mainly like politicians and such, that were from the North in America, traveled down south after the Civil War to take advantage of the chaos and the uncertainty and the kind of repatriations that were going on regarding, repaying all of the money and the loss of life that happened during the Civil War. So yeah, that's basically what that term means. I think it's mainly an American term. I've never heard of it over here in the UK. But nonetheless, as far as westerns go, this is fairly run of the mill. But I can definitely appreciate this caring more for characters and atmosphere than just outright action. The cast is also really good. The cinematography is great, which is in no small part due to the VistaVision format that this uses, while also utilizing color. So not only does it look great in terms of the color, it looks really rather beautiful at times, but that VistaVision format really does give it a great deal of scope. It is well paced. The locales are well used, while also being in that VistaVision format means that they look absolutely sensational. What action there is manages to be decent. It's mainly confined to the finale. The character interactions are solid, and it is an overall engaging effort throughout. So, yeah, not a spectacular start to this box set. Certainly doesn't rival the two films I already know I love in this box set overall, but this still gets a solid 3.5 out of 5. So it's a fairly decent start to this box set, but not a running out the gates kind of film, regardless. So yeah, there's Charlton Heston and Anne Baxter, and yeah, we don't get much in the way of extras, but we do have a 1080p high definition presentation, which looks and sounds really rather good, which is joined up with LPCM 2.0 mono audio. It's in the 185:1 aspect ratio, and in terms of extras, we only got the one, and it is audio commentary by authors and film historians C. Courtney Joyner and Julie Kurgot. And that's from 2026. So, yeah, not a massive amount of extras. The extras certainly do get a lot more substantial with the subsequent 4 films in this box set. But yeah, this only unfortunately gets the one. But still, it's a decent enough film. But like I said, it is kind of run of the mill. If you've seen a lot of westerns that I have, then it'll be quite familiar in certain regards. But for those who are a little bit less accustomed to westerns, especially from the 50s, then you might well get a bit more from it because it's fairly new to you. But a lot of what is going on in this isn't new, all that new to me, unfortunately. But still, I had a fun enough time with it, and yeah, certainly looks great. Is acted well, and yeah, like I said, I really appreciate the fact it goes for more characters and atmosphere than just outright action. So yeah, on the whole, a fairly solid effort and a good start to this box set overall. So yeah, we've got the tin star that we'll be looking at next in this box set. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you have seen Free Violent People before, let's hear your thoughts on it, and I'll see you with the next one. Bye.